welcome to Red Stain Radio, a Dead by Daylight podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Bryson, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Stevie.
Hello.
And Maddie.
Bonjour, salut.
And we're also joined by two wonderful co-hosts, or returning co-hosts, guest co-hosts, co-streamers, Bunny and Cypher. Thank you both for returning.
Yay!
Thank you. Hello.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's totally
No worries.
Mm-hmm.
We are so glad to have you both back. We have a wonderful episode for you all tonight. This is episode 32 of Red Stain Radio, where we're going to be reviewing the second Stranger Things chapter. This is the first chapter in quite a while, not since the Kresu and V. Bunyasak release, so it's been quite a while since we've had a big old content drop, and this is essentially all we got. We got two characters, we got a killer, or two survivors and a killer, and yeah, we're just going to be talking about them, their perks, their cosmetics, the new rift, and maybe some additional changes as well, such as some voice acting and some other things. So very excited to get into it. We also have some news regarding the Grimoire, some 2v8 stuff, etc., etc. So before we get into any of that fun stuff, we want to get into some housekeeping. The gift card winner, the satisfaction survey has ended. We have selected a gift card winner. It was randomized. I have witnesses. Everyone in this call was a witness. And I will not read off the full email, but I'll just read off the very beginning of it. BLN Bing, you have been selected. Thank you so much. I will email you right after this episode. Not airs, but right after we're done recording, and I'll get those details over to you, and we'll have that gift card sent to you. But thank you, everyone who sent over, who submitted a survey. That was awesome to hear. It's awesome to see everyone's feedback and just kind of ideas for the podcast. We're going to be implementing those over the next months and even year, hopefully, if we're still here, but we're not going anywhere. So, but thank you all so much. And we will be running this again, likely yearly, but maybe again, even sooner than that, depending on how things go and what kind of survey or feedback we want to get back. So thank you all for those of you who submitted. We also have some Grimoire updates. The Grimoire reopened last weekend. We don't have any news on what most recently was voted on, which was the killer, the mood board, and the textures. But we do have the killer silhouette, which was number 2, the spider legs one. We are going to be getting materials and a mood board selected. It was between the young girl and the old lady. So we'll see what shakes out there. And the mood boards were kind of like different environments essentially for this character. So does anyone want to comment on these? Maddie, I'll let you. I know you're super focused on the Grimoire. What did you think of the latest Grimoire vote?
Latest Grimoire vote. Killer materials is probably my favorite part. The mood board was about what I expected. Kind of like environments where they work. I like the vibes we got. Like we got super futuristic. We got more I guess I don't know how to explain it. Like pre-2000s aesthetic. Like kind of like almost like war vibes with like the 10 and the prosthetic limbs and the blood vials. And then we have like the astrology one and then the religious one. And personally, I voted for either the futuristic one or the military camp one, just because I like the idea of the new survivor getting a prosthetic, because we don't have that, and I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I do like the mood boards they have, though. Like, if any of them won, I would be happy. And same thing with the killer materials. I think they're really cool. My favorite was the mask, because having an angel killer with a mask seems really cool, because the more it could be, they take it off, and this rider's just like...
Oh, wow, yeah.
Baby ash babied, you know what I mean?
I know the
and probably the more important thing, though, and I feel like the thing that's getting a lot of people interested in this vote is the final survivor vote, because this wasn't really gonna happen, but I guess because whether it be behavior felt bad about how the vote went of the last verse, or how it was just kind of organized, so it's mobile and it looked weird and it kind of cut off two of the other survivors. The most popular two, I'm assuming, are going to be the ones that we're voting on, which is the old lady and the young lady. All I'm going to say is, if you vote for the young lady, I am judging you a little bit, just a little bit. If you voted for the old lady, I love you.
Yeah, show of hands. Who didn't vote the old lady?
I voted the old lady.
I also
voted the old lady. Old lady.
Yeah.
Bunny.
Did you both vote?
Bunny.
How'd you vote?
I don't vote.
You don't vote. Perfect answer.
That's okay.
Perfect
Hey,
answer.
some folks
And
don't
I
vote.
think this podcast is also cursed to the point where I think as soon as this episode releases, the info will have already been revealed.
That was last
This
week.
podcast is going to be
week.
dated the day it comes out, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's that's the
We
point of
love
the
outdated.
grimoire.
Yeah. Where is the hot girl who, whoa. Oh,
No, please no.
Absolutely.
I don't think she will win.
The young hot one, not the old hot one.
I don't think she will win because I think everyone who voted for the other characters will vote for the old lady. That's my opinion.
I think
just
we're
the
going to
vibe
get
I'm
old
getting,
lady
but-
and the book vibes. I think the
Mhm.
librarian old lady is what we're getting. I think that's what the community is going to kind of nail down.
That'd be cool.
That's my hope.
I will
That's
say,
what I
though-
voted. I want to be in the majority.
These next votes, though, are going to be super cool, I think, in my opinion, because we're going to be getting, like, the Mori, we're going to get, like, perks, we're going to be getting the chapter name, we're going to be getting the final silhouettes. I'm super excited for that, but we're going to have to wait a little bit, sadly. But just besides all that, super excited for the Grimoire. Can't wait for the next vote. And, yeah, we're probably cursed. We'll see the results, like, the day of this episode.
Yeah, probably. They'll come out tomorrow while I'm editing, I'm sure. Awesome. Well, there's the Grimoire update for
100%.
you. So a little bit of DBD news for those folks who aren't familiar or aware. 2v8 is returning February 10th. That is next week, correct? Nurse and Tori are getting 2 new cosmetics alongside it. And then this iteration of 2v8 will have Chucky, Tonics, Nemesis buffs. They'll have 4 zombies instead of 2. They'll move faster, and some other iterations like a new torchbearer class for survivors and some updated classes for killers. I am stoked to jump back into 2v8. Also, no promises to the community, but I think we may try to host a Discord 2v8 community. I don't know what you would call it, slam or like community event for everyone. That was a big part of the survey that we had asked if community events would be something people were interested in. A lot of people were interested in that, and we might just try to pack the server as full as we can with folks and get as many full 8 Swifts, or if people want to play killer, find people to play killer with. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So no promises there. We don't have any additional details. It's just an idea floating around right now. We'll have more details probably next episode, if anything. So
TBD.
2v8 survive with friends Discord slam. I mean,
Yeah.
it rolls off the tongue. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. With that is all of our news. That is all of our housekeeping. All the boring stuff is gone. Not that the Grimoire is boring. I'm sorry, Maddie. Let's get to the topic of the show, which is Stranger Things Chapter 2 review, aka the 9.4 update.
Yes.
Y'all, it's been a while since we've had any content. What's it? I'll just kind of throw it to the panel. What do we think about having new content? Is it exciting? Is this? Are you guys playing a lot? I know there for a while
how's it feel
soft.
with this delayed pace? We got a killer delayed and till September, and then
This was supposed to come out in
after
November.
the Kursu came out, they waited more. And this is in the next year from when it was originally supposed to come out. How does it feel?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know we had talked about the Chapter 2 release for Stranger Things back in our original podcast episode, which was 23, I believe.
Nice. Oh my god.
It's been a while.
So, like, it's definitely been a minute, because it was during that podcast that we speculated over, like, could it be more Resident Evil? Is it going to be Stranger Things? Is it going to be more Walking Dead? And so, like, the fact that we finally got something new, like, happy that we have, like, more content. It's definitely been a bit.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
glad
been a while.
this update introduced a both killer side update as long as, like, with survivors on our side as well.
Mhm.
So, like, the fact that both sides got more content, great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Cypher Bunny, we, the panel, the podcast here, we've all talked about our relationship with Stranger Things. We had a speculation episode, it being maybe Predator, Stranger Things, Resident Evil, etc. What do you all think of Stranger Things just as a show? Are you fans of the show? Did you watch the final season? Were you excited when it was announced? What was your all's reaction to that?
I can wonderfully answer to both mine and Bunny's side. Neither of us has watched the show. So,
I also don't have Netflix.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
No,
Stranger
Bunny
Things is
has-
the only reason to
let's say
have Netflix.
Bunny has no Netflix.
Yeah. Totally understand
Mine
that.
was Z Nation personally. Love Z Nation and, like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Netflix. So, like,
Yeah.
But
I've
yeah,
heard
so
good
neither of
things.
us have watched Stranger Things, so like honestly, just like being able to piece like some of the Stranger Things stuff together from like the
Mhm.
content that we got in game.
Wait,
Cool.
I lied. I have seen pieces of Stranger Things because of my mother.
There we go.
She
There
was
you go.
watching it when I came to visit.
Nice. Nice. It's a good
Okay, so
show,
Bunny's got a
but
little
it's-
more knowledge than I do.
So were you sort of indifferent towards the announcement of it being Stranger Things, or you're like, yeah, that's cool. Like a sequel chapter is, it's our second sequel chapter, so these don't come around often.
It kind of blew my mind a little bit, considering that like Behavior did lose the license for
Yeah.
Stranger Things. However,
Yeah, it
a while
was-
back, so like the fact that we got a chapter 2, wild.
Mm-hmm. And even it seems like it's come back better than ever, which we'll get into tonight. We have a rift that's fully themed and such, so all sorts of cosmetics too. Like it's incredible.
It's like, look at you, Netflix. You came crawling back to us.
Yeah.
Us DVD players, our money was that worth it to you?
Yeah.
Glad to fucking hear it, Netflix. I'm still not paying you.
I
Oh.
unfortunately have become the person that I must own every killer and every survivor that's in the game. So upon
No.
the
Yeah.
DLC's
I'm
new
the same
release,
way.
I bought it
didn't
immediately.
you? Of course.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's get into it. So we have a new killer. We have 2 new survivors. We have some rift stuff we'll get into, but that'll be later. Let's get into the killer. So we have the first, aka the second Vecna. And we've already kind of talked about his power in the PTB a few episodes back. We'll get into some of that tonight, but we won't go into super detail. Really quick rundown of his ability. He has a Vine attack, which is a special ability, a small AoE that when hit survivors gives them 1 World Breaker token. He then has an Undergate attack where he goes into the ground and he can move faster, and he doesn't have a terror radius. He enters there, and once he exits, he creates a larger AoE, and that gets survivors, and that gives, if hit, it gives survivors 2 World Breaker tokens. Once one survivor has 2 World Breaker tokens, World Breaker starts. And so the world kind of gets red, and it kind of looks like the Upside Down in a way. And then in that, those abilities will deal damage. So he has to start the World Breaker, and then he can deal damage within that. And then survivors can interact with clocks around the map.
It
to
feels to
shorten
me like
that as well.
like a big nightfall.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it's very similar to Nightfall, except survivors have a way of shortening it in a way. So you can shorten it all the way up into that last quarter of the clock, and then the rest of it's like, I think it's like a minute, I think, is that last section, or 30
Yeah, I
seconds.
have no clue what the numbers on it
Like
are.
Yeah.
40-ish seconds.
It
Yeah.
feels really fast when somebody is using the clocks, so it definitely
Mhm.
is the type of counterplay that you're incentivized to just always have somebody running their ears on the listening device,
Mm-hmm.
putting on whatever non-copyrighted music the survivors are allowed to listen to,
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
and that'll be your best counterplay.
It is by far one of the best killer interactions survivors can do, I think. Like, it just, the animation is so good. You're there with your headphones, and you're just jamming out while someone else is getting chased or something. So, or getting
Now,
more
Bryson,
maybe.
as the Stranger Things aficionado, where is this from? Like, what's the bit here? Because like I could tell you all about why the saw traps look like that, but like this isn't the Saw episode.
the
Why
clocks.
does the Vecna clock look like that? Is he the clock man? Is that why
The-
they call him Vecna? Are the kids scared of
the
him?
grandfather clock is a big motif in season 4. I can't say they carry that on through season 5, that they kind of just drop that motif because they don't know what to do with it. Season 5 has a lot of problems, but that-
I haven't been
that-
yet. Don't go ahead.
no, I will. There will be no season 5 spoilers here. But grandfather clock is kind of just dropped in season 5. It shows up maybe once or twice, but it is season 4. There's a heavy emphasis on these music keeping you out of that.
The music is your protection from
Yes.
from
Yes.
the spooky man.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So what do we think about this ability? What do we think about Vecna? What do we like to play against him or play as him? What are our thoughts here? Go for it, Betty.
Thank you. So I will say playing as him and then against him, playing as him, one of the funnest killers in the game, in my opinion. His traversal ability is super fun because not only do you just get like so much mobility, he's also kind of a mind game because you want to burst out of the ground and catch somebody in that to either injure them or if you're not on World Breaker, to get in World Breaker. Because as if you hit somebody with the portal ability, they get 2 tokens, and you need to get 2 tokens on somebody to, get into World Breaker. So it's kind of like this fun game where as soon as you catch up to them, this fire's trying to run away or juke you, and you kind of have to like try and predict them. Now, I will say sometimes it feels kind of bullshitty because you either get them at the tail end and it looks like it doesn't hit them, but it does, or vice versa, where it looks like they're slightly in, you're like, oh, I caught them, and then you just run past and you're like, the fuck? Get back in the circle. Get back in my traversal area of death. And you're like, no, I want to live. I do not want to be Dead by Daylight. His main power, the Vine Grip, is also very satisfying. And when I was playing him, he really felt like Nurse. But instead of me moving to hurt them, I'm hurting them from a distance. And that's kind of why I feel like he's so powerful. Because he has a lot of what makes Nurse strong, but not like super, super strong. Because with Nurse, you can just teleport, hit them. But in fact, now you kind of have to build up for it. But he has that same power where it's like, you don't really have to care about the environment / palettes. You can just ignore that. Like, if it's like a Huntress, but if you could ignore walls. And I feel like that's kind of why he's so fun. It's like, he's a range killer, he's Nurse, but he's not OP. He's kind of like, who's someone I could compare him to that's like super, super OP, but is really strong? He's like Kursu, but instead of being very simple, there's a lot of mind gaming. So instead of being like, I'm going to get infected, I'm going to eat a mushroom, and then you're like, I'm going to spit on you and chase you with my head form. You're like, I'm going to do this, this, and that with my Vine Grip, and if I hit you, then I get into World Breaker. And then if I predict you going here, then I hurt you. But if I hit you with this, then that'll make you go that way. And then that little bit's easier to hit you. And it's like just a lot of pre-thinking. His skill ceiling is very high, while I also think his like skill floor is pretty average, probably like a little higher, just because you really rely on your M2 and not your M1. I will say though, playing against him, it's very polarizing. If you're playing against a bad Vecna, super, super, super fun. Playing against a good Vecna, pretty fun. But you're going to get touched, and it's not going to be fun at the end. Because he's almost always going to win. Because if you can aim with your thing and predict survivors, you are never going to miss a hit. Because if you place the Vine Grip right under a survivor, it does not matter what they do. As soon as you press that ability to use it, they are going to get hit. And that's, oh, hi, Java. That's why it's kind of really polarizing for me to go against. Because playing as him, super fun. But going against him, not so great. And that's why I'm going to predict right now, first ever prediction of 2026, that he is probably going to be hated within 2-3 months, not even. Because it kind of gives me the same vibe as Tokyo Ghoul Man, aka The Ghoul, where at first people were like, oh, he's really strong, not S tier, like high A tier, but he's not going to dominate. And then what happened like a month later? Oh, they slightly buffed him, he breaks the game. Super strong. I hate this twink. Obliterate that twink. And I feel like it's kind of happened to Henry Creel, where people are going to be like, wow, I hate this. I hate not being able to predict or do anything if he aims like all right. And I feel like that's going to get really strong within like 2 months when we get kind of used to him and the vibe of the newness, like the, oh, he's so new and cool goes off. I will say, though, he probably won't be as bad because with Tokyo Ghoul, we only got the Ghoul. With this one, we got 2 survivors, so I don't feel like he'll be as badly embraced, I guess. But I definitely think there's going to be a vibe of, I hate this man. I hate him. He's going to be like Nurse. That's all I'm going to say. I'm yapping. So I'm going to pass it on to Bunny. Bunny, what do you think about the new killer, Henry Creel, a.k.a. the first / Vecna, but not the first Vecna?
I didn't have fun. I lied yesterday. I didn't have fun.
This is real.
This is real. Yeah.
Totally
exactly.
valid. Totally valid.
Oh, you found me so many times. He didn't even mean to tunnel. I just happened to be there.
Yeah, that happens.
Oh.
That happens.
And he's the type of killer where, going back to Hook, like, sure, there's anti-camping protections, but like they're still going to use their power on the person who got unhooked. They want to get the 2-tap.
Exactly. The 2-tap is so easy on him too. Sorry.
Like, literally, it
nasty.
wasn't intentional tunneling at all. It just happened.
Yeah.
For context to the viewers at home, Bryce and Maddie, myself, and Bunny all played a little bit of DBD yesterday, and it was Bunny's first time going against Vecna, and Bunny was being harassed in the match. Not actually being harassed, but like
Yeah,
it
unintentionally.
wasn't a fun time for Bunny.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A struggle for sure. Cypher, what do you what did you think of the first?
I
Yes.
have not yet played him myself. I've only played against him, and I've played against some good people who's played the first, and I played against some people who you could kind of tell like didn't know how to use his abilities yet. His Vine ability, like, kind of cool, a little bit overpowered, because like if you get someone who's like really good at predicting survivors' movements, like when you're looping a killer, all it is at that point is a mind game. And if the killer is really good at reading mind games, they're gonna predict your movement and be able to hit you like if you're on the opposite side of a wall.
Yeah,
But like, so it makes it unique because obviously killers can't hit without having a line of sight, whereas he can. So it makes his playstyle a little unique, being able to just try to predict, and if he predicts correct, it's a hit. But I can see on the survivor side where like that can be really annoying because like if he has no line of sight, oh, I'm safe, and then you're not.
mm-hmm.
But like it can be fun from a survivor side as well, where you gotta like try to figure out like, oh, I can hear his ability charging. Where's he gonna go? Should I dodge back or should I just keep going?
It is
So, like,
it
I've
is
had
kind of
fun.
like that high skill level where it is like a nurse blink where you can expect them to blink based on where they expect you to be.
Mhm.
So if you know where it looks like you're going, you can do something else so they work off the wrong info. But that way, you know, you're just kind of hoping he's not also closing in on you while missing his power, and you're dodging not into him but into like safer areas. It's a fun balance at the high level, but it does ultimately feel like it's just a skill check. Whoever is the better player wins in the Henry match.
The Henry match. Are we all
Pretty
gonna
much.
call him Henry now? Like, oh god,
Yeah.
guys, it's Henry.
I thought we
No!
called licensed killers based on their first name, and then we
That's fair.
called all the you know original killers based on their titles.
I see.
Yeah, you all
The
you
way
all
that
bring up.
I've seen his,
Go ahead.
the way that I've seen his playstyle as well, like you guys said, it's kind of like a nurse blink. I've thought of it as like basically like a nurse blink and a hunter's hatchet, or like you gotta have the aim, but you also like have to also be able to like predict where it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty interesting power. I'll give it that. I do like what it's added, but I can also see where like some survivors might think it's a pain.
Yeah, this is very much a mind game killer. Like that is the counterplay. You will have to mind game this killer. You're gonna have to dodge, dive, dip, whatever you want to, whatever you're gonna have to do to dodge all of those AOE attacks. And fortunately, there are ways to do that: jumping in lockers, you know, fake vaulting, all that stuff. So, you know, breaking line of sight, so it is harder to hit those AOE attacks. It's very much a nurse game where you're gonna have to juke and jump around and try to pretend like you're going somewhere where you're not. So yeah, it's he's been a lot of fun to play against, very fun to play as, in my opinion. I've done a little bit of both. Yeah, I've gone against good, I've gone against not so good. Maddie put it really well. A very high skill ceiling here. I think he's probably easily an A killer. In the A tier, like he is an S tier, but he's got a lot. He's just fun to play against, I think, in my opinion. Like I feel like a lot of times hits are fair. Like I don't feel like it's bullshit. Like when I go against the ghoul and he gets free hit, like that his first hit is always free. Vecna has to work for his. Like he was skilled enough to hit you, he hit you. So that's kind of where I'm at there, and I genuinely enjoy going against him. Although weirdly, I've not been going against him all that much at all. Like I've barely seen him, which is kind of a bummer. Like if you haven't picked up Stranger Things Chapter 2, pick it up because I want to play against you. Play Vecna or something because I want to play against him because I haven't had that opportunity.
I might have to pick up Vecna.
Vecna, the thirst is coming to destroy the realm.
Yeah, out of like the week that he's been out, I think I've played against him maybe like 6 times.
I think I've seen more pigs than I have Then I have weirdly I had
Hey,
3
good.
pigs the
Okay,
other day.
good. We're doing our part. All right.
I've seen
I mean, one
more
tunneled
Michael
me, but
Myers,
okay.
which is funny because
I was gonna say
Yeah.
the same thing.
He's
Why is there so many Michael?
his pick rate has gone through the roof since his rework, which is unfortunate. But I will say my one critique with the first is I think his M2, his that main vine attack is a very quick cooldown. Like I feel like a missed vine attack is just not punishing enough. I think it should be similar bow as Xenomorph's tail, where if you get a successful attack, that cooldown is shorter, but if you miss, that cooldown is shorter is longer. You know, I'm sure we'll see some bouncing as the days go on or as the weeks go on. But who knows? But I think overall he's kind of fun and pretty well balanced overall. But yeah, it can be defeating when you get hit a bunch randomly.
Bryson, I said the exact same thing about the Xenomorph's tail on the phone. Oh, Cypher on the phone!
No, we get the sense. We
That's
got
a
the bleep.
good thing
we'll
there's
bleep that.
editing.
We'll bleep that.
Oh, it's
I was
great.
saying,
I'm
2 of the
on
people
the
in this
phone.
call already knew my name, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
What were you saying,
it's the
Stevie?
exact same thing.
Mhm.
It's like you get hit on a pallet, you get hit if you're on screen.
If you're on screen,
I mean, ideally, if you're the best
if I'm
at the
on
video
screen, I got
game- Yep. Now you're not. Now that you have to juke. If you're on screen, you have to juke. If you're off screen, you have a chance.
Mhm.
That's how it works with this killer.
Mhm.
Riverside did freeze you mid jumping down though, so
Oh.
Let's
Great.
get in.
I didn't
let's
touch that.
Let's get into the perks really quickly. We don't have to spend a lot of time here. Turn back the clock after hooking a survivor remotely. Target a gen to explode. You have to be line of sight at within 20 meters. So, secret project. Block a random gen after a totem is blessed or cleansed, and you gain the undetectable while gens are blocked. And then Hex Hivebind activates after a survivor is hooked. Generators are highlighted by their repair progress, and when there is only one gen left, all the remaining gens explode and the hex goes away. So, what do we think of these? I've seen a lot of Hex Hivebind. That's been a very popular one from what I've seen, but Maddie, go for it.
This is one of the rare killers where all their perks, dare I say, are good or at least decent. I feel like Turn Back the Clock, aka Explode Generator of Mine, is probably the worst one, funny enough. But I feel like all the perks here have value of some kind. Like if you got this in a randomizer, like Chaos Shuffle, you wouldn't be upset. And you wouldn't mind like making a build around it. And I'm really happy because the Kursu, I'm sorry, some of those perks were pretty dookie. I'm sorry.
Bad, yeah.
And then the one before that, Hellmaster, I love it to bits. 2 of our perks, I'm not gonna lie, kind of suck. Like the healing one, so situational. The Scourge Hook one is good in theory, but it doesn't do enough. I'm sorry. But the All Shade Thunder is so fun. I love All Shade Thunder. Anyways, the Vecna, oh my god. The first, I'm sorry, has really fun perks. I do feel like the blow up generator of mine perk needs to be buffed in some way because Pop Goes is just so much better. Like the situations where you would want this perk over Pop Goes is so minimal. The things I would do is either double its length, oh my god, double its meters to 40
Distance,
instead of 20.
double your length. Whoa.
Enough. I misspoke. Let's not make fun of me for speaking again. As I was saying, when you want to blow up a generator, I feel like it's going to be like, oh, they're far away and they're going to complete it. Having that perk at 40 meters would feel better. It would feel more fun, I think. I feel like 40 is not that much. If they want to be safe, they can make it 32, like a killer terror radius. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
What if it was still 20 meters, but you didn't need line of sight?
I feel like that would be kind of not nice to go against because I feel like you're gonna be like behind a wall. You're like, oh, I'm gonna pop this gen, and then it just explodes. And it's like, oh, and then pain rest already happened maybe, so it's like, okay, I guess I gotta go.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but the other 2 perks, Secret Project, Hex Hivebind, really good. No notes. I love them so much. They're so fun to play and use, and I just love that there's a perk now, like an actual perk that does like generator completion intensity aura. That isn't a stupid add-on. I like that. That's yay. Yay.
Yeah, there's usually a lot of add-ons. Like Xeno has one. A couple killers have one. Yeah, a couple killers have them. It's weird.
Yeah.
Damn Organic
Yeah.
has one as well.
Yeah, no more notes. It's good. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Make more perks like
Yeah.
this.
All
Any other
three of them are
comments?
generator perks, and like
Yeah.
that's not a little odd to anyone. I think they wanted this character to be everyone buys this for the perks. Maybe one of them will be good.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
3 of them will be good.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they knew what they were doing.
They knew what they're doing. Yeah, they're like, oh, we're gonna make so much money.
I didn't think about that, but that's a good
think
point.
as far as Vecna goes, you're going to be seeing a lot of people playing him with just Hex Hive Mind, Hex Pentimento, Hex Undying, Hex Ruin, and that might just be the most optimal build for him, is just all Hex perks. Thrill of the Hunt in there maybe, and that is probably going to be it for people building him.
I hate Thrill of the Hunt so much. I hate it.
It's a bad time, isn't it?
I hate it. It just anytime I know it's a Hex build, I know it's Thrill of the Hunt. I know Thrill of the Hunt's in there. Like you gotta have it, but it sucks. Bunny, Cypher, any comments on these perks before we move on to survivors?
No, I don't think I have a comfort.
Sounds good. Let's jump into Dustin Henderson and 11 as our new survivors. We have well, just straight up, what do we think of these two being the survivors? I know when we speculated, hey, it was announced, it'll be Hopper and Joyce, and they're nowhere to be seen. And I'm sad about it.
Honestly, I was pleasantly surprised because I didn't think 11 or Dustin would be added because they're kind of like tween. Like they said they would never add a character younger than 18 because they don't want to have child violence, which would raise the rating, and they might like have just like moral. We don't want children to be dying and suffering. So I was pleasantly surprised to see them, specifically because I really like these characters, and I didn't think they would get added because of that, because I was like, oh, that makes sense. But seeing how they draw upon their Season 5 interpretation, like Season 4, Season 5, where they're, I'd say around 16, 17, that is just really cool. And I really like these characters. I'm happy they're in here. I do hope we get Hopper and Joyce one day, but I'm happy with now what we got. I think they're cool. I think they're slay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think mean, the kids
they're pretty fine. They're all right.
Yeah, I think the meeting of the kids was an interesting choice because I don't think anyone thought they were going to choose the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like 11 is definitely the face of Stranger Things. It's cool that we have her.
She's the strangest kid.
Yeah. Papa, she is the strange thing, right? But it's cool we got one of the four core boys as well in the form of Dustin, which I think they chose Dustin because 1, he's a fan favorite, of course, and 2, I think he just has a lot of perk potential, which we see and we'll get into in a minute. He has some really fun and on brand perks, I would say, and even 11 as well, but I think Dustin even more so.
I feel like Dustin is just the most memorable character. Yeah. As far as it goes of like the main boys who are like friends TM of the protagonist, Dustin is kind of like he's the goofy one. He's probably the most charismatic of the kids. It's like, of course he's the character you pick. And then he's also, to me, he feels like he's like ripped out of the Goonies and put into Stranger Things as like, we need this archetype from the 80s.
I mean, they did say, the directors of the show, they did say it was based on the Goonies and like supernatural Cthulhu horror, so
100%.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with that. Dustin definitely incorporates the Goonies the most. He's just so whimsical. I love him so much, and his actor's super cool, and I don't know, it's awesome. And it does make me a little sad though, because for the actor for Carl from The Walking Dead, they said, oh, we can't add him because he's a kid. And then we got Dustin, and it's like, oh, so they just hate him. They just hate the actor. Okay.
I think that's a little different because AMC killed off Carl because they didn't want to pay him adult wages. Yeah, this show's been over forever. Whatever. But if Carl dies in the eventual Walking Dead. But they eventually kill him off because they don't want to pay him adult wages. And I'm assuming the likeness is tied into that contract. And so it's up to AMC, essentially. Not
they were paying him in bubblegum and lollipops, the children's wages.
Enough.
Crazy. Let's get into the perks. Dustin Henderson, bada bada boom. It's Chemtrap for Windows. He also has change of plan, which is essentially turning a toolbox into a med kit after getting into a locker. Full charges, by the way. And teamwork full circuit. While working with another survivor on a gen, good skill check zones are larger, and the repair progress is 5% faster. For 11, we have extrasensory perception. You crouch and see auras for 11 seconds. If you're wondering what auras, all auras. Survivor, killer, chests, vault locations, etc., etc. And that's an expanding radius up to 44 meters. We have We See You, which you gain tokens every time the killer would see your aura. On the 4th stack, consume all of those tokens and you reveal the killer's aura for all other survivors. And then we finally have Teamwork Soft Spoken, which is very similar to Dustin's in that while working on a gen with another survivor, the repair sounds are reduced and repair is 5% faster. So if you have both those perks, you can get a 10% faster gen repair speed. Y'all, what do we think of these perks? Are we running these perks at all? Maddie, I'll jump to you first.
Yay! So, just going them in order of what we talked about. Bada Bada Boom, very funny. It's just Chemtrap for Windows, no notes. It's not going to be super popular, but it's fun. I will say, it's probably going to be a bit better, because with pallets, most of the time the killers just won't break it. And in this few scenarios, like Shack Pallet, they'll just try and do something weird, or they'll just leave you. So, it's like, either really good, really bad, but it's really polarizing. With the windows, though, I feel like it's a bit more prominent, because there are some windows you have to, like, vault, and I feel like that's more impactful than the pallets, because pallets where you have to break them are a lot less than windows that you have to vault. Like on Nostromo Wreckage, Dargo Underwood, I think it's called. I don't remember. And Temple Purgation are some of the ones that come to mind. But like, if you just get there early, place it, vault it, they either have to kind of take the long way around, or they have to kind of take that 50% hinder. I think it's really fun. Change of plans.
when I got chased on the Dargo Underwood God loop, I had to vault too, and it was bad.
Yeah.
The God palettes on Dargo Underwood are crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Chemtrap is more useful as far as it goes.
Oh, really?
I would argue Bada Bada Boom is bad. Like I think this is genuinely a bad. I think it is leagues worse than Chemtrap.
Chemtrap clears Bada Bada Boom.
Oh my god! I deny you. I deny that. That claim not genuine.
It's just an opinion. It's just opinion. But go on.
That's
Sorry.
fair. Yeah. But
like I mean, like what is a God window? They have to vault it and then keep going. And like if you've pre-installed it and you're getting them to chase you during like one loop because you can't like vault a window and then turn around and install it, right? That'll get you smacked, right? You're like intending to Chemtrap the window, Bada Bada Boom it, and then lead the killer there later before it expires even. And then they're like, I will just vault the God window, easy peasy. They turn the corner and they're like, that's a trap on it, and they've already committed, so like they're gonna vault it anyway. But a Chemtrap is kind of like they weren't expecting this God palette to also include you pre-dropping it and then you Chemtrapping it.
I will kind of
just save it.
I will add, there are a lot more killers recently. They have been adding that vault a palette, like the Ghoul.
This is true. This is true.
Chucky technically, and for pallets with Chemtrap doesn't work. With Windows though, it does trigger because they are vaulting the window.
That's interesting. That's really,
that's the most value we'll get out of that with Legion, Ghoul, Wesker, Chucky. Those, but value. You're rolling the dice, right, with the killer you get. So you're gonna get. I think you're gonna get more value more consistently with Chemtrap than you are with Bada Bada Boom. But you could run both and just trap Shack, and then now we just need a trip mine, and you can trap the doorway. So
trip mine, they just trip us.
Yeah, we need that in the future. Go ahead.
Moving on, change of plans. I feel like this is not going to see a lot of use unless you're a sweaty survivor friends, in which case this is amazing because you bring brand new part and like any kind of toolbox. Do that, use it, use the rest of your toolbox, go to a locker, and now you have a med kit, and you can heal yourself like once or twice. That seems really good in survivor friends. Every other case scenario, it's just going to be kind of nice. I don't think it's going to be OP, but you're going to see this a lot in survivor friends, I think. And the last perk for Dustin, Teamwork Full Circuit. It's funny. It's not going to see use. It's just too niche, and there are better gem perks. 11, Extrasensory Perception. I think it's really good, but I don't feel like it's good enough, especially when you have perks like Clairvoyance that kind of do the same thing. If it all has limited duration, you can just do that whenever, and then you don't have to wait. And you also don't get Oblivious. So I feel like in that case scenario, I feel like it's kind of like give and take with that perk. I think it's fine, but I don't think it's going to see a lot of use. We See You. Again, I feel like this is going to be a Survivor Friends perk. So someone's going to put on Object. They're going to reveal their aura every like 30 seconds.
I do this.
That's you, exactly. And then you got to see the killer's aura for 11 seconds a little later into the match. I just feel like it's not going to be really used that often because survivors are going to be scared to show their aura. Final perk, just like the Ever Teamwork, it's not going to be used a lot because there are better jump perks. That is all my thoughts.
Bunny and Cypher, do you have opinions on the Survivor perks? I think they're pretty blah.
I am going to agree with Maddie on the Bada Bada Boom one. I personally think that would be a fun thing. Because whereas the argument is, well, what killer's going to vault like a window instead of like whereas Chemtrack, like they break the pallet. Like stated, there's Wesker who will just vault the pallet, so like they don't have to break it and stuff. And like I am someone who uses Chemtrap on just about every build that I play, and I see value out of it maybe 60% of the time because killers will, if they see Chemtrap, will just avoid breaking the pallet until it wears off. Whereas I feel if you like run Bada Bada Boom, like you take the chance of like the killer vaulting a window. Obviously, if they see it, they might play around it, so like you might not get value all the time, but like you could get value of it. And I think the could get value is the same reason why I run Chemtrap, because there's a could chance. Change of plan, as someone who uses Strength and Shadows, I don't see myself ever using it, because I never have a need for a medkit. I also have a build where I do run toolboxes occasionally, and if I got into a locker, like to hide from the killer, not remembering that I had that perk on, bye-bye toolbox. Both the teamwork perks, whether it is a soft-spoken or full circuit, they seem like they could be good in certain scenarios, but like other gen perks can be used over the top of them, so like might not get used for that reason.
Run Deja Vu instead.
Yes. 11's perk for extrasensory perception. I'm not really an aura perk player, so like, could it be good? Yes. Do I see it being used? No.
I actually want to comment on that. Maddie, you said this perk was, you said it was not that great. I think extrasensory perception is very good because this perk gives you so much information. Like it's first of all, it's a simple perk. You crouch and you see auras. Okay, this is one of the most simple perks they've introduced to this game in a long time. You don't have to do all these other things like V's 1, 2, 3, 4 or road life or whatever. Like there's no all these requirements. This is very simple. I think new players will get a lot of great information with this stuff. I also think this makes so many other perks just redundant and bad. Like it gives you so much information. Like we have perks like Visionary or you know, like just things that
I don't want to hear any Visionary slander.
Visionary is a bad perk. Anyway, you have these perks that just are useless in terms of aura reading, or you have some requirement you have to do. But this one is so simple. It's 44 meters, and you see all auras of everything. You don't have to put up a boon like illumination. You don't. It's not restricted to certain, you know, chests or totems or etc. Like you even see the killer's aura. Like that's incredible. Like it's I think this is by far her best perk. And I think it's the best perk of any of these. It's great.
I do want to comment one other reason why I don't think it's really good. It's specifically of the claws to activate it. You have to crouch and not move. You have to crouch and do nothing. So that's 11 seconds.
Move.
You can?
I think you can move.
Yeah, you can walk around. You can put Urban Evasion on too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Slightly better. It's slightly better.
Slightly better.
I stand with Maddie. I am just going to go with the slightly better, purely based on what Stevie said. You can pair it with Urban Evasion. So, like, it has its use, but, like...
I can also pair Detective's Hunch with Dark Sense and like
Or you could do fog.
Not Detective's hunch.
You could pair up Fogwise with Stakeout, and then you just get like 3 seconds of the killer aura every time you hit a good skill check, basically. And that can be infinite range versus the 44, and you don't have to crouch and do nothing. Or, I'm sorry, crouch and walk and do nothing. So, in my opinion, I feel like it's good, but it's not good enough.
if
Like,
you,
in
if you
terms
like
of
hiding,
Dance Mom's Pyramid,
I think
we're
it'll
at
be
the bottom.
fine. If you're like trying to walk around the killer with like fixated and you're not leaving scratch marks and you're crouching in between so you can get a little bit of wall hacks, that's probably where this will shine. For like those rat builds where you like being like breaths away from the killer without them noticing. Or if you just want to find treasure chests or gens and you're still learning the map.
I love treasure chests. I love treasure chests.
Yeah.
But yeah, could be better. Could be better.
Yeah, well, with We See You, I was running that with Object, and I liked that a lot. I was getting some really good value there. Liking that one a bunch.
I
How do
feel
we
like
feel about-
you would be a
Go
good
ahead.
counter to one of my perks when I use this killer. When I play killer, I like to run Awakened Awareness. And it's because I pair Awakened Awareness with Starstruck, because, like, fun.
Yeah.
And so, like, usually, if a survivor has We See You, and they happen to be the one that's in my Awakened Awareness circle, unfortunately, it's a good counter to me. But, I don't know if I would use it. Like, I do see its uses. I see its uses more than extrasensory perception, but it would have use in certain scenarios.
Yeah.
How do we feel about teamwork perks, y'all?
I'm gonna be honest. They flop. I'm sorry, behavior. You flopped. This is not it. It's not good. I'm sorry. Perks
It's
dependent
not-
on somebody
It is not
else.
power of 2. I'll tell you that much.
It's
As
not
far as
power of 2.
teamwork perks go, this is not power
Yeah.
of 2.
The problem with teamwork perks, in my opinion, is that you have to rely on another person, and that in of itself is the issue. Because if you're not with survivor friends, you're literally gambling on this working or not. 'Cause
Yes. Yep.
even if the condition was be within 5 meters of another survivor, the survivor's probably gonna run into Bubba's asshole and disappear. I'm sorry, that was very vulgar, but it's hard to get things to work.
Disappeared.
I also think that teamwork perks, they go against the strategy that survivors should be split up. Like the best way to apply pressure as a survivor is to spread out. You start the trial at the beginning of you start the trial with everyone in a group. You probably around a campfire or a fire or whatever, or in the same room. Get away from each other. That is the best way. And these perks require you to be with other folks. I get it. You know, you can add 10% repair. You can have that 5% haste or whatever it is. But I think they just go against everything that helps survivors overcome a match. With that said, run perks that you have fun with. That's all it really comes down to. But I think just that core mechanic or that core strategy that survivors have, it's hard to run these types of perks. So, and we've seen we've got a few of these. They came out with Thalita and Renato. We got some more with the Walking Dead, and now these. So we've got 6 now. So we'll see if we get any more. No boon, which I'm shocked to see. And
I mean, none of them are really doing witchcraft.
True.
This is true, yeah.
I mean, also in defense of that, I guess Jonah was also not doing witchcraft, and he has a boon, so.
Yeah, I thought he
Also
was kind of just doing math on the bones.
Math is magic,
Okay.
obviously. Math is magic.
Because it's exponential, right? He's like, yes, math.
Mm-hmm.
By the power of math, I will save your life.
Yeah, why does
There you
Jonah
go.
have a boon?
Well, I kind of know, but we'll talk about that one day.
Jonah was boring survivor. Anyway, do we have any thoughts? On survivors or Vecna before we jump into some other miscellaneous things, and then we'll close out? No?
I guess my only comment is that it's weird that Nancy got legendary skin and it didn't go to 11, but Dustin got legendary skin and not to Steve.
Yeah. I should
I
say,
think teamwork arcs can be
Go ahead.
fun because they force you to play like a different style. But as
True.
proven yesterday, Maddie was running Blood Pack and you lost a health state because me and Maddie were having fun.
yeah, and I was in the game less than I could have been in that one. So that's true. That's true.
I just
before
really
we jump
wanted to do that.
before we jump to the voice lines, this chapter kind of released without a hitch, y'all. Like, not really, no big bugs,
You
no
say
big
that.
exploits. Like, I'm saying that now. I don't know what will come out in the next week or two, but I mean, it's a pretty well polished chapter, if I do say so myself. The power's fun to go against, the perks all work, and they're fun to use. The survivors all sound great and they look great. No graphical issues there. I mean, I think this is probably one of the best chapters in a while. This is a win for
Changed
them.
Nancy.
They did.
They
Her
did
face
change
Because
was
when I
updated,
looked at her
yes.
profile, her hair was different and so was her face, and I thought I was
Mhm.
going insane.
Her hair's different, her face is different, and her voice also got changed. Her and
Yeah.
Steve got 2 different voices now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lip filler, Botox, cheekbone surgery.
Which, by the
She
way,
got
about the
a nice
face.
face
Yeah. By the face, they are going to be continuing to update that. They said in the stream
Yeah.
that they're hearing the feedback and they will continue to work on that face. So
Yes.
that's not the final version.
Yeah. And they
But
also
yeah,
gave the. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say they also gave Steve and Nancy voice lines.
Yes, all the Stranger Things characters got voice lines, including Jonathan as well, the legendary. Robin, Eddie, Dustin, and 11 all have voice lines. But unfortunately, none of them are voiced by their actors. They are all sound-alikes.
R.I.P.
And Steve Gull is gone. If you don't know what that is scene partner on Steve, and you would get that seagull kind of scream. They've changed that. That is no longer the scream.
My coworker told me, like, the day of the patch, I go into work and he's like, "Did you hear? They got rid of Steagle." And I'm like, I mean, I know, but you don't play Dead by Daylight. How do you know?
Yeah.
Was that your 9/11 Stevie?
I was like, no, not even, because I was
Never
like, well,
forget.
real knowers who know ball like that know you bring Lisa Garland, or you play any of the Silent Hill legendaries, and their screams are good too.
And
You play
Steagle.
James, play Lisa.
Yeah.
Are any of us
Hi.
saddened by Steve Gull being gone?
Yeah, do we know what we've lost?
Incredibly. I am a Steagle.
Aw.
And it's so tragic.
They went from endangered to extinct.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. Go ahead, Maddie.
Hot take. I'm glad it's gone. I'm sorry.
Me too. I'm right
I
there with
agree,
you.
Maddie.
Yeah,
Ah.
I'm right there with you.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay. I should say Steagle was funny, but objectively from a voice acting point of view, I could not take the scream seriously. That's not a scream of terror. That's a scream of someone jumping out of the closet with like a scary mask and be like, "Ooh," and I'm like,
Mhm.
"Ah!" Like that's not a scream.
That was a
of
pretty good
murder
one.
chasing you. That did not sound terrifying. I like the new one a lot more. It sounds a lot more like the actor. And I just think it sounds better from Steagle. I'm sorry. Steagle was funny. I will miss the meme. But let's be for real here. Him going was not him being afraid. That's like someone jumping around the corner being like, "Hoo, hoo, hoo."
I can't tell you how many times I've loaded into a match with Bunny, and Bunny's playing Steve, and I was like, "Hey, we're gonna have a good time," and then all I hear is "Ah!" and I'm like, "Really?"
we're gonna have a good time.
Just a Steagle.
Bunny, what are you gonna run to replace Steagle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't play him that much. I just play him to mess with Cypher, but
Right, to mess with Cypher. Who are you running scene partner with now?
Yeah.
oh, I run C partner with anyone because I like the perk.
There we go.
Nice.
Yes. Maybe it's of Steagle. It's Rob Goal.
Yeah, we have Squawk and Robin now. That's what people
Squawk
are
and
calling
Robin. That's what it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The meme
Yeah,
will never die.
I'm with you, Maddie. The meme was funny at first. It's like, oh, this is hilarious, and then people just kicked a dead horse. Like we, like
Lagged
this
out of
is
the
like
platform.
this is enough for me. So, I'm glad they got voices. Their voice lines are very cool. They interact with each other. Robin, I think the Robin sounds really like Robin. I was really impressed with that. Everyone else is fine, in my opinion. But I think they all did a good job at bringing those characters to life. And I love that they're starting to interact with each other. You know, we saw that with The Walking Dead, Michonne, Daryl, and Rick. Amazing voice lines there as well. But really
I
happy that they
kind of want
carried
to
through here.
sidetrack a little bit. Can I share some stupid information that's in my head?
Please,
Go ahead.
please
Because
do.
when you mentioned that Steve doesn't sound afraid, do you guys know, like, Talia is actually having fun when she's being chased? Like, you'll hear her giggle.
What?
Oh,
Really?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that. That's so funny. What?
Yes, because I don't know if I'm right, but I'm pretty sure somewhere in her lore, like, she's gone, like, mentally gone.
Oh,
And she thinks it's a game.
I didn't know
I
that.
could be
Oh.
wrong, because, like, I get things mixed up a lot. It's in my brain.
No
But, like, I'm
worries.
pretty sure I am right on this one, that, like, she genuinely enjoys being there, like Sable.
That's
Oh, that's fun.
what a weirdo.
I want to believe that.
But good for her.
Yeah,
Weirdo,
that sounds
but
really
good for her. So, oh my goodness.
Speaking of voice lines, we do have 2 legendary cosmetics that drop with this. Eddie Munson for Dustin and Robin Buckley for Nancy.
Yes.
Robin was a instant buy for me. I'll admit it now. I dropped $30 when this released.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for $20 worth of Orc cells, and then the $11 for the chapter.
For
I-
11.
Like
Me want more movie.
they got me good with this one, y'all. I'm sorry.
They
I'm
did.
sorry.
Price.
I
I'm-
will admit,
I'm the
to like go
problem.
along with that, when they released like the new 6 skins for the Resident Evil stuff, I spent
Yeah.
like $50 on the game.
I totally get that. Yeah, that's me with
New
Alien. Like I have
cosmetics.
all those cosmetics. I buy them when they come out.
That's what
Amazing.
you're supposed to do. You get hooked and you just swipe on DBD.
Yeah.
Well, I had like literally just made the wonderful statement to my friend group, like probably like 2-3 weeks prior. Like, I have bought all the Resident Evil cosmetics. I am done. No need to go buy more Resident Evil cosmetics. And then like 2 weeks later, they're like, "Hey, guess what? We're releasing new Resident Evil cosmetics."
They know they're doing. They're like, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you this money.
And what's unfortunate is they have many more they could add, like a lot more.
There's so
So,
many they could do.
We might get
Ooh.
more.
Yeah. Maybe
and-
we will. We will.
Yeah, and speaking of cosmetics, we have a new Rift, y'all. It's called Flashback. It's 80s themed with a lot of Stranger Things inspired badges, banners, charms. A exclusive cosmetic for 11 and the first. And we have some 2024 community cosmetic winner submissions in this for the Dredge, which is really fucking good, and Gabriel Soma, which is also very good. What do we think of this Rift? This was an instant buy for me as well.
It was an instant buy for me. They gave me blonde-haired Renato, and I am yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I will say I didn't get this one, but I do think it's really good. I wasn't a big fan of all the skins because they're just not my taste, but I really like the Rift. I'm happy that everyone who wants it loves it. I think it's a lot better than the last one, which I'm sorry guys, that one sucked, as that one had nothing, even in the free track. This one is a huge improvement, and they actually made the prestige rewards a lot earlier instead of like the last level, so they actually put it pretty near the beginning of the premium deep rift track, whatever it's called. So happy with that. Yes, yay.
It's a much better change of pace, this one.
Yes, it only took 111 days,
and it's packed full of stuff. Like, you're not getting BP so much on the free one, especially. You're getting a lot of charms, you're getting a lot of badges and banners.
Exactly.
You have those really good community cosmetic winners. That Dredge cosmetic is really fucking good.
It is
like,
really good.
If
so
you haven't
cute.
seen it, check it out. But I think it looks better than the Ghost sheet. It looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I like that it's not linked. You can swap the parts out.
Is any of Dredge's cosmetics linked? Other than
He's
probably the Iron Maiden.
two. He's got two with Iron Maiden and the Junji Ito, and nothing else is linked.
Okay.
Yet.
Yes.
Yeah. That's good. Great.
Once
what
again, Dredge made stay eating.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I wish Dredge was more fun to play, but he needs a little quality of life pass, I think. Yeah. But yeah, very very
more
cool
lockers.
This Rift is fucking delicious. I saw the hillbilly skin and I was like, okay, when I get that one on the track, I'll buy the Rift pass. I want the rocker hillbilly.
Yes.
He's got a guitar that he's hitting you with.
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy he like basically skinned though. That's gnarly. Oh, poor guy.
He deserved it.
Mhm.
I mean, he deserved it, but also like, oh,
I don't know what the lore is, but he deserved it.
I mean, he deserved it in the sense that, hillbilly, slay. You killed them for trapping you in a tiny little shack for 5-10 years. But also like, oh, did he really have to do all of that? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts about this update before we kind of close out, and then we're going to jump into Jeopardy? Question mark.
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Yes.
Exclamation
That'll
mark.
be not in this episode. It'll be attached as a
No.
bonus episode.
Exactly.
So check
As
that
like
out
a
in your
little
podcast feeds
treats, a little
and or
little
YouTube.
bon- Yes.
Any other
and
final
YouTube.
thoughts though? Pretty great
Pretty good.
chapter.
I think I'm
I
good.
think.
Enough ups. Yeah.
I'm
Vecna's
Overall,
hot.
excited just to play more.
What was that?
Vecna's hot.
Vecna?
Oh
Vecna.
yeah.
Yeah, and now you just spoke up now? It's I wanted to hear this.
Yeah. Can you want to
Okay, Bunny,
elaborate a little?
delve into your type. Tell them your type.
My type is the Predator
Go-
from the movie The Predator.
Gotcha.
Do you like base outfit Vecna, or do you like his like Henry version?
No,
He's got
the
both.
squiggly tentacles, right?
Gotcha.
No.
Oh, both. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Hey.
Honestly, that's so
Heard.
real of you, Bunny. That's so
Heard.
real of you.
That's
That's so real.
100%
For
real.
wonderful context to like tie into Bunny liking the little squiggly tentacle version of Vecna. Me and Bunny played Resident Evil 5 together, and Bunny's favorite version of Wesker that he wishes they added to Resident Evil is like toward the end of the game when he hits his hand into the Ouroboros container and he has like the tentacles going all down his arm. Like,
Oh, and he's like,
He's like
shirtless,
half
hugging
covered
out.
and like
Okay,
fused with it.
okay.
Yep.
When he walks out shirtless,
Yep. I was just picturing it right now. He's
I
got
have
the
a
knife.
follow-up question with that, Bunny. Is that
Oh.
still your desktop background?
yes, it is.
I love that.
For
Yeah,
those
that's
of us on
hype.
this call who
That's
would like
hype.
to see that, I can send you the image because it was an image I took.
That's so funny.
We,
that's so funny.
We need.
But that's
I guess
so
we need to do
real.
a "Hear Me Out" episode in the future. That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, we'll get
Although,
y'all back to the
honestly-
hear me out.
Bet.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Bunny, Cypher, for listeners, if they want to hear more from you or watch both of you, where can they find you?
I can be found on Twitch at twitch.tv/CypherFallen, or if you want more of my links, you can go to linktr.ee/CypherFallen.
Amazing.
I'm Bunny Loses TTV on Twitch.
Awesome.
I haven't
go
been live in
follow
a couple
me.
months, but
Get
Hey,
some
that's
follows
okay.
to their account just for fun.
Exactly.
I hope
well,
to
thank
hear
you all.
one of them.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say more incentivized to subscribe to your channel so they know when you're gonna stream.
There you go.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Follow the channel, get some notifications. I recently got affiliated on Christmas.
Hey, congrats.
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 That's big.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for being here. We were thrilled to have you again. It was a wonderful conversation. What a great chapter too. I think they knocked this one out of the park. It was a big one that they needed, and we have another PTB right around the corner, which is exciting. So we'll, but that's another conversation. But thank you all for joining us this week. Don't forget to join our Discord if you haven't already. We're gonna be maybe doing that 2v8 kind of server thing. Check it out. If you're not part of the server yet, we'll have more details about that soon. Email us. You can email us at redsingradio@gmail.com and drop us a review on Spotify or Apple and share the podcast with someone you love or don't love or a stranger. It's up to you entirely.
Or
But
thing.
share
A stranger or a thing, yeah.
yeah, or
Share the
or
link
yeah,
to your number
an
neighbor.
extra dimensional entity or something. We greatly appreciate your support, y'all. Thank you, Stevie and Maddie. Thank you, Bunny and Cypher. Thank you, listeners and viewers, and we'll see you in the fog next week.